I'm going to show you the difference between the printout of the octopus compared to the Humphrey field. Strategy used can be full threshold like we have in Humphrey, or can be one of the fast techniques like dynamic strategy أو top اللي هو tendency oriented perimetry. In the Humphrey it was the theta fast, theta standard, but here we get other strategies, quick, similarly, the dynamic strategy and the tendency oriented strategy. The dynamic strategy depends on, if you test the central area and you find that the sensitivity is high, so the program will continue testing the nearby points at high level of sensitivity, and the difference in the threshold of the stimulus between one stimulus and the next stimulus is quite small, 1 decibel, 2 decibel differences. On the other hand, if the program finds that the sensitivity is low, then on testing nearby points, it will be assuming that the sensitivity also of these points are low, and the difference in the intensity of the stimulus between one and the next will be in large steps. So this is a dynamic reaction between the program used and the response of the patient. And this will shorten the time of the procedure. The top or the tendency-oriented perimetry depends on that. One point will be tested, gets some sensitivity. Then, after some time, the program will test the nearby point. If the nearby point gets a high sensitivity, the first value, the value of the first point will be elevated, will be increased. Then, after some time, the program will test another point. If it's high, then this point will be elevated more. If this point is low sensitivity, then the value will be depressed. So, instead of asking the patient 5 to 6 times the sensitivity on the same location, the threshold of one location is adjusted 5 times. Once depending on direct asking this point, and the other 4 depending on the sensitivity of the 4 adjacent points. Each time the original point sensitivity can be up or down depending on the sensitivity of the nearby points. So this is the first grade, asking sensitivity of all these points, number 1. Then the program test number 2 all over, and according to the response of number 2, change the sensitivity of number 1. Then number 3 all over and change again, change in 1 and 2, and then on 4 change in 1 and 2 and 3. So this is known as tendency oriented perimetry. And when they compare this with the full threshold, the outcome was similar. This is a full threshold testing, and this is the tendency oriented perimetry. So you get almost acceptable results, but in a shorter time. So here in the Octopus, you can choose a quick program like the top or the dynamic strategies. Screening is the same as. One important point that the locations of the tested point in the Octopus are not the same as the Humphrey. So we cannot follow the patient from one apparatus to the other apparatus. You cannot compare 2 results because the location of the points tested is not the same. This is the printout of the octopus. The way it is, it starts